It's real obvious. You know, the main reason why Ram still offers the Classic, it's obvious. I'm gonna tell you right now. What's going on, guys? It's Doss. Welcome back to the channel. Today in this video, we're going to be focusing on Dodge, or Mopar. I like to call it Chrysler since it is the capital. Mainly going to be focusing on the classic Ram for this video since I just recently traded in my Charger for one. In the same payments for way more practicality, capacity, utility, financially is a way better decision than a Charger in my opinion. So you guys know one of my biggest pet peeves, at least when I talk about on this channel, is when engineers are very stingy, like the lack of updating their vehicles, tossing out new generations and things like that. The Chrysler Mopar Group is a great example to use. They offer so many vehicles, yet only a few are exceptions, like the 5th generation Ram, the Wrangler JL, and the completely new from the ground up Wagoneer. And that's why a lot of people tend to complain about the quality of Chrysler Mopar vehicles, because the majority of the vehicles that they have to offer come from a long background. The Durango, still the exact same platform as 08 or 09, one of those 2 years when it came out 10 plus years ago. The Grand Cherokee finally got its next generation. The Challenger, of course, it doesn't even look like it's really changed. Besides the LED headlights and taillights, maybe some different wheels and colors, and you know, the different engine options and stuff, it's still the exact same car. I've seen plenty of awesome sketches where this car would just look amazing with a completely new redesign. We can go ahead and throw the Ram Classic in there, but I have a theory why this truck is still being sold as new, why they call it the Ram Classic. They're selling two different Rams, the 4th gen and the 5th gen, but we'll get to that in a second. That's what this video is mostly about. Charger is getting shown more love than any of these vehicles because it's one of the best selling out of the entire Chrysler lineup. It's really based on the 2005 300 platform that came out 15 plus years ago. It just doesn't look like it. It's just completely new sheet metal and different engine choices and wheels and all that stuff. You know, they know how to hide that stuff, but really deep down, this car is on a 2005 platform. Of course, I gotta talk about what it's like to daily drive a Ram Classic V6. I'm all about V6s as long as they're naturally aspirated, no e-torque or no turbo, nothing like that. Just a naturally aspirated V6, so that way it's more likely to long-term be a lot more reliable. I haven't had any problems out of it, unlike with the black Charger. I know I was having a problem with the infotainment screen, the media, and even the key fob. It wouldn't want to lock sometimes for whatever reason. Like, I would just get done driving the car and I'd literally have to stand there and wait for like 8 or 9 minutes and then hit the key fob button, or I would have to hit the lock button from the inside of the door panel, like, to lock it that way. It was weird, some kind of glitch, but this truck doesn't do that. Would think, as old as this generation truck body style is, you would think they'd actually be able to put the bumper on straight, but as you can clearly tell from these angles right here from the factory, they can't even get it on straight. When I brought it home with 12 miles on it, I seen it and I was like, wow, this is a 13-year-old body style and they still can't even get the bumper on straight from the factory. But that's Chrysler. That's what you gotta. I'd understand if it was something different about the interior, if something was tweaked on the interior, but the front bumper, they can't even get that on straight, dude. And it's not even this truck. Like, there's a batch of trucks that came with this truck, you know, from the trailer, from the factory, and they're all crooked. I'm like, wow, man. But that's the type of level that you got to deal with when you're dealing with Chrysler. Anyway, besides that, 1,400 miles in, everything's been fine, no problems at all. The V6 is definitely the better option as far as the Classic goes, especially if you're doing a lot of freeway mileage like I am. Better gas mileage, especially with this 32-gallon tank that's under here. Better long-term reliability and less time waiting around for repairs to get done, because that 5.7 shares a lot of technology with Mercedes. It's not really a good deal if you're really going to be using your truck back to back for everyday usage. The reason why I got a Dodge is because this was the cheapest full-size truck option that's on the market. Anything else is going to be above 45 and over, and that's already, if you're looking at a $40,000 vehicle, that's already an $800 payment, no matter how good your credit is. Ridiculous. It's not worth it, bro. Like, cars are meant to do one thing. I'm already getting a lot of people saying, oh, you already have a truck, right? I don't really consider my Ranger one of my cars anymore. It's more like one of those model cars you put up on the shelf or up on the windowsill. You look at it, that's more of what the Ranger is for me. I like the old schooliness and the low profile that this truck brings. Like, it's brand new, but it's like old as. I love the giant 6'3" bed and the extended cab, even though it's not like the traditional Ford extended cab where the door kind of opens out and you don't have a pillar in the middle. Chrome the extended cab, the 6'3" bed, the vinyl floor. Those are all old schooly truck traits that I love. But yeah, I love how the truck is new to me, but doesn't turn heads for anybody else. You look at this truck, it doesn't look like it's worth stealing. And that's the good thing, you know. I'm glad that it doesn't attract that much attention. Anyway, back to the opening line of this video. I'm gonna tell you guys exactly why Ram, Chrysler, Mopar, Dodge, whatever you want to call it, still offers the Classic. If you look around and observe everyone else that offers a full-size truck, Ford, Chevy, Toyota, they have a truck that's cheaper and smaller in case you don't want the full size. Now, I already know what you're saying. Well, the Classic's a full-size truck too. That's true, but it's a cheaper version of the outgoing Ram. The 5th generation Ram it's still a cheaper version. Like if you option it, you can still get the 2-door, which they don't even offer in the 5th generation Ram. That's the reason why they still offer the Classic, is because they're going to be coming out with their cheaper alternative for the 5th generation Ram. I don't know how soon, but that's the reason why. Everybody else has a second option. In case you don't want the Tundra, you can get the Tacoma. In case you don't want the F-150, you can get the Ranger or even the Maverick. In case you don't want the Silverado, guess what you can get? You can get the Colorado. In case you don't want the Titan, you can get the Frontier. Like, you see what I'm saying? There's alternatives, except for Ram, Chrysler, Dodge, who's always behind the game, at least by a couple years. I'm telling you, that's the reason. That's the main reason right there. Everybody else has an alternative truck except Ram, except Dodge. And that's the reason why the Classic still exists, guys. I'm telling you right now. I know, just from the algorithm and all that stuff, but that's the reason right there. So whenever they decide to come out with an alternative, a real alternative, which is probably going to be a mid-sized truck, a little bit cheaper or whatever. I don't know if they're going to still call it the Dakota or whatever it is. In the next 10 years or whatever, however long they're going to take, because you know it's going to be some time. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I like to drop content when it's fresh on the brain. And yeah, stick around, because there's going to be more voiceover videos and some vlogs on the way too. I got somebody who's just now deciding to come party with me, and they actually like to do it for whatever reason. Well, they just got out of a breakup and all that stuff. That's besides the point, man. Just stick around for those vlogs, because they're going to be on this channel too, and more voiceovers and all that good stuff, and stay bringing you guys content you already know. And I appreciate the support. Haven't really been uploading that much, but you already know I'm not gonna upload garbage. So, you know, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I appreciate that, y'all. That's it.